All right, here we go. The JR15. Let's see what Hasan's opinion is. And Hasan, he'll tell you himself. He's pro gun.
No, he's not.
That's what he says. I heard it.
But what's different now is that's being marketed to kids through things like the JR15.
Why is he always eating?
JR15, not the AR15.
He always tries to fucking argue that he's never eating, but every time I watch one of his videos, that's what he's doing. Yeah.
Junior 15. It's a shrunken down kids version of an AR-15. Here you got the marketing for the JR-15 to little kids. Check that out.
Oh, great. So we have pacifiers and a skull.
Tactical pacifier.
Tactical pacifier.
That sounds like an SBR. Yeah, it does. Is that real? That makes no sense. What do you mean a smaller AR-15, brother? What the? Hold
it's
up.
It's a 22, buddy.
They are like marketing a different classification that would be like more dangerous directly to
his chat's saying 22 as well.
It sounds like it does sound like an Onion article. I don't understand the pistol brace loophole. At a gun expo in Las Vegas last January, Eric Schmidt, the founder of WEE1 Tactical, demonstrated his company's first offering, the JR15, a play on the popular assault rifle AR-15, designed to look like its deadly cousin, but 20% smaller. First of all, kids can use an AR-15. Not that they should, but like they could. It's the reality is that it's pretty fucking kid friendly, unfortunately. So the fact that they made like a smaller version of it, which by the way exists for the record, it does already exist, and it's like considered like a different classification because of like the length of the barrel, how easily.
You're an idiot. Continue.
Why?
That's not a smaller AR. It's a short barrel AR. That's not smaller. It's talking about caliber. Smaller caliber, making it easier for kids to shoot. You'll find almost everyone in America, not Australia, because 22s are basically the only thing that we can get. Americans will buy their kids 22 bolt-action rifles to teach them how to shoot. Because 22 has next to no recoil, but enough for a kid to understand the whole mechanics of the action of shooting of the gun, So that's what they mean by smaller, and that's obvious.
Hide it, things of that nature. The gun stuff is completely dominated by gun perverts. Unfortunately, you can't just be like, let's do a fucking assault weapons ban. I mean, you could, and what's an assault weapon already? Yeah, it's an AR pistol.
And it did nothing.
It's an actual gun, not a toy. No drop down in the front. Trying to manage a weight that's not right for them. It just fits them real well. Long guns for kids have been around for years. Typically, shotguns or single shot rifles scaled down for a child. But what has attracted so much attention? The JR-15. It's semi-automatic action, firing with each pull of the trigger, along with an image of putting.
Come on, dude. Let's be honest. What's attracted people to this is the gimmick. You know what you were doing marketing this. Like, you knew you wanted to be controversial marketing it because you knew that all these people are going to come and advertise your gun. Like, this is like just smart businessmen. This is an opportunity for Hasan to say this is capitalism's fault.
It really is. It really, really is.
But he's not going to. Watch.
But also, the Ruger 1022 has existed forever. It's semi-automatic.
Yeah, but that's the thing. That's what I'm saying. This is all bullshit.
Yeah, it's rubbish.
Is just brand bullshit. They just don't want to be honest about what they're doing. They're doing it to be controversial. That's the whole point of doing it.
It's like Phoenix Ammunition.
Like
those guys.
Those guys are just cringe in general. Like, but like the whole pacifier skull thing. Like, come on,
it's a troll.
Yeah. Well, no, it's more of like they know what they're doing with it.
Well,
it's more if they're doing. I'm not saying it's trolling. I'm saying they know how to make money. Like, why wouldn't you do this to make money? Like, the way the market's going and the way that, like, gun culture is and, like, gun outrage is, that especially the whole we ones, like, they know exactly who they're fucking, look, it even has Nancy Pelosi showed we ones, like, they did. I remember when I told you about it the other day, I pulled a picture of, like, Chuck Schumer pointing at it. Like, this is literally, they're doing the Mortal Kombat thing.
Yeah, the violence video games thing. Yeah.
Like, what bigger advertisement would you want than that?
And this is why I always say that it's not just the media that makes mass shootings mimetic, but it's the politicians as well. They aid it, right?
A mini assault rifle in the hands of a child in the country where a 6-year-old just shot a teacher in the chest with a handgun legally purchased by his mother.
I'm here at WE1 Tactical.
Oh, yeah, that was a handgun that the kid shot his mom in the chest with.
Yeah.
With Eric. Eric is the owner. He's also the idea behind what he's holding right here. So Eric, what is this?
Shit.
This is the JR15. So what we have here is a scaled down
Look at this fucking dweeb. This dude is such a dweeb.
AR-15 in polymer. It also weighs 2.2 pounds, and it's about a 20%.
Bro, this literally is like, if you want to do a mass shooting at your kindergarten, this is what you can use. Like, this is literally, I mean, I'm sorry, bro. This has got to be jailable, dog. You have a fucking bib. What is happening? This is kindergartens. Like, motherfuckers saw kindergartens. It was like, why aren't we in that market, actually?
That's exactly what I thought when I first saw this. Is that it's literally kindergartens. I was like, this is some kindergarten shit.
% reduction in size. So it fits the kids really well, and that'll give them confidence to hold this thing the way they should have confidence holding. No drop down in the front trying to manage a weight that's not right for them. It's also just great. It just fits them. It fits them really well.
Yeah, and that's I've got kids, and so they're now 8 and 10, right? And so they both started shooting age 3-ish. I think one of them was just under 3, one of them just over 3.
I think the first gun I ever shot.
You know, I think where they're really missing out is getting these marketed to the DoD.
Yeah.
You need to get them in them child soldier hands.
Which we have an article on child soldiers.
Job was like 13. It was a 22, and I didn't shoot for a very long time after that. It was at like camp, but this is like 3. What? Yeah, 13, 22.
Hang on. That's not editor. Wait. Is this isn't
No, that's an air rifle. It's a 22 caliber air rifle. It's completely different to a 22 long rifle.
The editor is only looking at here. It said 22 like you just like unless that's what Hasan said. I wasn't listening.
No, he didn't say pellet gun. 22 long rifle is the
13.
caliber.
It was a 22, and I didn't.
Yeah.
Right, and so they both started shooting age 3-ish. I think one of them was just under
This
3.
fucking Christ, dude. Look
Yeah,
at his
that's-
face.
Okay, that's insane.
Bro, this dude is such a cop. Look at this.
Yeah,
dude.
100%. But dude, calm the fuck down. Your kid doesn't need to be shooting
Bro,
at 3.
like,
Calm down.
When we were camp counselors, I think the oldest and second oldest boys could do rifles, and this is like developmental disabilities and stuff. So like, it's like there's one kid, Curtis, and like the kid is like literally blind, and he would shoot the guns.
But yeah, no, it's a 22 long
one of 'em-
rifle.
Yeah, let's see what he says though.
Just over 3.
I think the first gun I ever shot was like 13. It was a 22, and I didn't shoot for a very long time after that. It was at like camp, but this is like 3. What? Yeah.
No, the editor doesn't know what guns are.
Yeah, he fucked up. There's
13,
nobody
22 paper targets. Exactly.
Nobody says 22 and refers to an air rifle. They say an air rifle. It's always 22 long rifle. Always.
You know the deal. But like 3? What? Bro, these people are like, yo, them trans folk are grooming our children, brother. Meanwhile, like this guy is literally, what is he doing? Like, what the fuck? Bro, every time I see some shit like this, I think to myself, what was the fucking Boko Haram Nigerian guy's name? Joseph Kony. Just the most.
Bro, like seriously, honestly, low-key racist vibes. Like I constantly am getting low-key racist vibes from this guy. Boko Haram, yes. Joseph Kony, bro. Not only is it not only are they different fucking sides of the African continent. Right?
I was gonna say, isn't Boko Haram Nigerian?
Not only that, they're Muslim.
He was Christian, wasn't he?
Yes.
The Lord's Resistance Army.
Yes.
That's so funny. He's
on,
either
man.
He's either racist or he's an idiot.
Bro, do you see? Like, look at the ethnicity of these guys, right? This is like that South Sudan like ethnic group, Uganda, South Sudan.
Yeah.
Like it's a complete like you look at like Boko Haram and you're looking more like Mauritania and stuff. You know, it's like it's more getting out towards like that type of.
Yeah.
Also, like even like East and West Africa are so different that even like the like one side can only support one certain type of like livestock while the other one can only do like smaller livestock and like crops and stuff. Like there's like too many things that like kill horses and shit on one side.
Misunderstood man on the planet, dude. Joseph Kony was a victim of white supremacist racism. The fact that he is doing or was doing the same shit that this guy is doing with no scrutiny. As a matter of fact, these guys are cheering him on. It's crazy. Oh, all of a sudden, it's a child soldiers are a problem. Child soldiers are a problem when a dude in Nigeria does it. Or was it in Uganda?
Finally. If he just goes like whatever, what's the difference? And he's gonna sit here talking about white supremacy and racism, bro.
I thought it was in Boko Haram was in Nigeria. Anyway, see, I'm still disrespecting the man. Notice how I just still disrespected the man? It's because it's racism.
One of them just over 3, but they've been shooting for as long as
he's not wrong right there. But even he doesn't even know that trail that he went on. Because he doesn't even realize that he's like putting Lord's Resistance Army with Boko Haram. Also, like, even if that was sarcasm, that's not the guy to do it with, man. Just saying.
I could have guns around, right?
That's awesome, Barrett.
And it's because they have the interest. They started asking the questions, and I'm a huge believer in
they didn't.
We got to provide the education. Got to teach them about the dangers and the risks, but we
motherfuckers are like, my teenager can't know what gender they are, but they certainly knew at the age of 3 that they wanted to shoot a gun. Yeah, that's a red flag, dog.
That's pretty funny.
That, like, you have too many guns around them. You definitely shouldn't have a 3-year-old be like, can I shoot that gun, daddy? I mean, the reality is a lot of these guys who do this kind of thing end up getting shot in the fucking head by their kids who don't know any better because they're fucking 3. Yeah, leave the guns out open and kids will think that they're a fucking toy. They will try to gain access to the gun safe no matter what you do. You know, you create this fucking weird gun culture, you're going to get shot straight up. That's what's going to end up happening to you. So have fun with that, you know? Have fun eating it.
You know, like this didn't happen like even 10 years ago. So like I'm really interested to see like this generation that grew up with guns when they're like being like 3. I guarantee you they grow up to hate guns.
Maybe, or they'll grow up to really enforce that sort of respect the gun kind of
I
culture.
doubt it.
It'll go either
when
way.
you're enforcing things like that, like it's like piano lessons, you know? What, like you're giving your kid piano lessons, except it's a gun. The kid is going to grow up to hate piano. You're not going to have a great pianist because you started him early on piano. You know?
But it also depends on how
if
hard
this was China where your parents killed you if you switched to anything. Like,
see, but does that work the same way with like marijuana? If your parents are smoking weed the whole time, do you grow up hating marijuana?
Traditionally,
is it the same thing?
Traditionally,
really?
yes.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So what would happen if it was just there but not really spoken about? So like, let's say the guns were there but not really spoken about.
For example, right? My grandfather owned guns. He hunted. He had beagles. He had hunting dogs, right? So my mom grew up around guns, right? So we never like owned a gun, but my mom is the most competent person with a shotgun, like in the entire like Irish family that we have, right? Because like we went to like a dude ranch, right? And they did like skeet shooting. And it was like my first time shooting a shotgun, but I was like really small. And I was like, I'm done with that. Like, I don't like in my head, like I kind of remember it back. Like you see the videos where the people drop guns after using them.
Hilarious. They're my favorite videos.
But like I'm sure like I flagged somebody with that barrel or something. But I'm sure that the guys running that were so close that they instantly like grabbed the gun or something. Yeah. Like I barely remember it. I just remember being like, ow.
Yeah, I mean when I went to Tennessee and I shot the M4, the guy had his like hand right on my back, like just off it, just in case
That's probably
someone
what was going.
That was
Yeah,
the
I
same. It
bet
would have
that's
been the
what was
same
going
thing.
on.
It's like
What's-
range safety.
But like then, like when I was like, you know, teaching rifles to kids later. Not really teaching. You're just like, you know, like
Instructing.
you know, some of the kids don't have full dexterity.
Okay.
So that's part of it, is just kind of making sure like everyone is like
doing it correctly.
Doing it correctly. But like then like one of the, like, she was like younger, but she was also like a counselor, and she did a skeet shooting, and I was like just like so I was like, look, just don't shoot where it is, just kind of time it and let it drop into your sights and then pull the trigger, and she nailed both of them and nobody else could hit. So like,
that's pretty funny.
And like I said, like, I don't own a gun. I don't care to own a gun. But that's the thing, is it's like, so as far as like, it's never been like an enforced thing of culture in my family, but we all know how to use guns. And
I feel like that's the appropriate way it should be. Like if someone wants them recreationally to hunt, whatever, as long as people are aware, know how to use them, know the dangers. You know, I feel like if that's sort of not strictly enforced, because that, as you said,
and like this right
resentment.
here needs to be removed from the culture, and like,
yes,
the interview that he navigated away from to like go down this JR15 tangent, that guy makes like a really good point about that as well. But that's the thing, is just like, for me, like I said, like the parent has to buy this anyway.
Yeah.
So like, if you just have more responsibility on the parent if that kid uses the gun irresponsibly. But that's the thing, is it's like, we're only looking at like when mass shootings happen with these types of things, like kids kill their family with guns all the time. And that's the thing, is just like, that's why my thing is more about like the storage, more of like child's access to firearms. Like I could, like 3 is definitely ridiculous. Like that is, this is like, I doubt it, honestly. I think 3 is too young to like sit on your parents' lap as they let the car go down the hill, you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
Everything out of a fucking straw because your child
3-year-olds don't know
shot
what the fuck
you
is
in the
going
head.
But one of the biggest challenges is guns aren't made, you know, for a 5-year-old to be able to shoot. They're made for adults typically.
There's a reason for that.
Jesus Christ. That's what I'm saying. See, he was on it when I said the whole thing. Like he even brought up child soldiers too. But he's not making the same connection I am. I'm saying that's what these guys need to do. Coney would buy those guns.
He would. He really would.
Yeah. Like when they fucking legislate the hell out of this, which they won't, you know, this company will do just fine. They'll just start selling them to Joseph Coney.
But yeah, this guy's a nutcase. This guy's unhinged. People like this, they're unhinged.
Bro, this guy definitely beats his wife.
Oh, 100%. He's definitely a cop.
Dude, when his child kills him, it's going to be because he deserves it.
Probably. Let's be real.
Like if you think like the kids don't have that fucking they can't process the consequences of that.
Yes.
Right? So if that kid's like gets mad, like fuck you, dad, like watch what happens.
It'll be interesting times.
I mean, it's definitely probably not going to happen. He's probably going to do just fine. But if he does, honestly, the news coverage on that is going to make that gun culture look real bad and real shame.
It really will. So, and that is exactly how you get rid of it. And
maybe
it's exactly
it will
how
be
you
better
deal with
for
mass
society
shooting too.
That's how we need to infiltrate him and put microchips in his kid's head to whisper secrets to go shoot his family. Just like how we did it with Oswald.
Come on, Elon.
And so when I came by and saw this yesterday, it excites me because a lot of the struggles are going to be the length of pull, the distance from the back plate, right, to the trigger. It's going to be very hard to put an adult gun.
They need him put this in Chucky's hands immediately. Chucky needs to use this in a Child's Play movie.
Amazing idea,
bro. That's where. But like this guy is like such a dweeb. Like he's got like the bib, the hat, like, and then it's like, this is our swag bag type thing.
He's like 60 years old.
Yeah, I don't know which which guy is the guy who's selling the gun, and which guy is this guy? I assume the dweeb is the guy who's coming
The
to the
selling.
booth.
But
But
I
because
don't
he's
know.
dweeby, but then he's got the merch on for this interview, and like that picture, didn't it look like this guy when he was
Yeah,
shooting with his 3-year-old?
I reckon
you know
that's
what?
the
You know,
guy.
I'm just confused because he's just going on a tangent about how he was teaching his 3-year-old how to shoot, and this guy's sitting here like, oh, okay.
Gun in someone's hand that isn't an adult and they cannot reach it. And so I like this. And as like you said, the weight of it, right? You run into the problems where they are front end heavy, where I take my kids out all the time shooting, but most of what they do has to be done from the bench because they can't support the weight of a firearm. And
Correct.
so this is a 22 long rifle. It is super light. So
He's not trolling. He's not, chat. He is not trolling. This is how gun nuts are.
2 pounds.
2.2 pounds.
So 2.2 pounds, add.
Is he about to add optics to this? Is he about to talk about the optics that he's putting on this rifle? This tactical gun shit gotta stop, dude. It is ridiculous. It is such, bro. It is such Hello Kitty shit, dude.
A
Depends
red
how
dot
it's
optic
done.
or something like that.
Yeah.
Is it
You're
jittery
adding
for
a
you,
few
the
more
video?
ounces.
Yeah, the only thing to
No,
scale,
it's
Barrett, is the
probably
rail
because of the
and the
internet.
M-lock. So
Right.
they can pickpocket all dad's extra furniture laying around.
Oh, look at that. So yes, so exactly. So this, I can take my other stuff and put it on here. We wanted to accessorize it for them, for the
Absolutely.
excitement, that kind of stuff. So one of the features that's a little bit different on this than a standard AR-15 is the safety design. So tell us a little bit about that.
Not gonna lie, just looking at how he put that gun in safe, I think that is a terrible safety design. From what it looked like you could have no clue what position that knob is in.
So basically, this is the same rule as everything else. If it isn't broken, don't fix it. Don't fix it. Don't fucking touch it.
Well, it is
Idiots.
broken. You can't use the standard full barrel AR with Child's Play doll hands.
Apparently not.
What is different about it?
Sure. So when we set out to have to produce a small firearm for children in an AR-looking package, we were pretty sure we needed to have
the
a wow
dweeb
factor in the
is the
safety
seller.
area.
The words that came out of this dude's mouth is so funny. Dude, America is so insane. This man just said when we were designing an AR for a small child. Brother, I gotta run it back. Hold on. I mean, come on.
Look at this, though. Their poster right here, they fucked up. Like, this is not how you're supposed to do it. They have the shadow on the trademark, right? Because they just did a, like, shitty copy drop shadow. So there's, like,
Yeah.
trademark. That's,
Oh,
bro,
that's hilarious.
come on.
That's so funny.
That's, like, amateur shit. Like, how do you do that? And then they put it up, and, like, nobody's gonna look at that and, like, be like, why do you have, like, 2 trademarks on your poster? These are the master designers right here, so if this is how they're designing graphics and this is their quality control with their graphics,
Imagine the
this gun
quality
is
of the
quality.
gun. It's going to
know.
be garbage.
And like you see, it's so plastic and light too. Like you
Yeah.
see, you can tell how light it is, just how they're moving and stuff.
This thing is a total gimmick. Complete garbage.
Yeah. And like I love my favorite part about it though is the packaging, because the way the box is, it's literally like the Red Ryder BB gun box. And you just like crack it open just like that. Like I love good packaging.
Now
When we set out to have to produce a small firearm for children in an AR-looking package,
when we set out to produce a small firearm for children in an AR-looking package,
we were pretty sure we needed to have a wow factor in the safety area, right? So what happened?
it just doesn't make any sense to me why anyone will be like, no, like a small child should be able to also experience the wonderful joys of shooting a fucking AR-15.
We had the idea. My brother-in-law actually said, what about something like a pill bottle? And I said, let me go to work on that. Paper napkins, a couple notebooks, and here we are with a patented tamper-resistant safety. And how it works is the adult would put it into fire or safe, roll the gun over when we're done shooting, pull it out, rotate it 180 degrees, drop it back in, and now the safety is locked out. You literally cannot.
Right. And
What
that's
a
it. You can't-
nightmare.
You can't turn that. And that's
Correct.
something I was looking at yesterday. And actually, it takes a lot of tension to be able to pull that out.
It sure does. Little kids are not going to be able to do that. And we also left it kind of blacked out and nondescript so kids wouldn't really figure it out too fast. But, you know,
Yeah,
your 12-year-old,
right.
12-year-olds are going to unlock it really.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So it's not a replacement. You still have to prevent unauthorized access.
What do you mean unauthorized access? Lock the gun up, dude. Like, bro.
Trigger locks. Problem solved.
Like, bro, what are you talking about? This whole like child medicine lock for your gun safety. So, like,
But when you're at the gun range,
kid will never be able to take it to school to kill people because we put a child safety lock on the rifle.
I like guns, but this is ridiculous.
and you're ready for them not to be using a firearm at that moment, it adds one more additional control to reduce that risk.
Absolutely, and we believe that makes us the safest child's platform to learn on.
They learn how to do it, but yet we're still able to keep that risk just a little bit lower, where you don't have to worry about a 5-year-old doing a mag dump or something right
Yes.
now, right?
Just give them a bolt action, not a
You
semi-automatic.
don't have to
you
worry
idiot.
about a 5-year-old doing a mag dump. Bro, I think one of the I'm sure there's been 5-year-old child soldiers, but like when I was looking at like the research like for the TPLF, I think the youngest that they had was 7. And then at that time, and this was a girl too. And then at that point, it's like, what exactly does the kid do?
Yeah, it's a very interesting question.
Mhm.
I don't imagine they could do much.
Yeah,
Kind of seems like a liability.
yeah. So
Seems odd.
I'm not sure, but in that report, one of the people that was de-radicalized was 7 years old, or they were recruited when they were 7. I think. I'm not sure. I'd have to look at the full report that we used as a source in that.
So
Yes.
it's reduced down to 1 round in the magazine.
Why not, brother? Sounds a lot like you pussy ass libs don't want a 5-year-old to fucking magged up. Not my 5-year-old. Is this a bit? None of this is a bit. Please understand. It's not a bit. It's America. It's not a bit. Totally reasonable for you to think it is. It's just America. This is the reasonable, logical conclusion of having the Second Amendment and your personal understanding of the Second Amendment.
But as their skills evolve, then you got the higher capacity magazine. So
Yes.
you got a 5-round and
5
a 10
round,
round.
10 round, 15 round. We've got people pushing us to make a 20 round as well. So
Awesome.
probably be coming. We've got all kinds of ideas from the SHOT Show, of course, but we're talking about having a brace on the back end, and we're talking about leaving the tube off, and actually we believe a dead air little cameo for dead air, but might go right inside and twist in,
Okay.
hang out the part just about there, so we can get a can on it.
Yeah, a suppressor, baby. What do you mean? It's for ear safety. Huh, you liptards don't know what a suppressor does. Whenever I see another dumbass gun pervert on the timeline be like, brother, suppressors are actually for ear safety, okay? It doesn't actually suppress. It doesn't actually suppress and quiet down the shot in the same way that you think it does in movies. Like, yeah, I know. You liptard suppressors are for hiding the red dot on the minimap. Wait, no, that actually is true, though. Like, in the real world, suppressors, they claim it's for ear safety because it like is supposed to lower the sound. It's supposed to dampen the sound, but what it actually does is not fully dampen the sound because the gunshot is very loud regardless, but it will make it much harder for you to figure out where the gunshot is coming from. Lowers the muzzle.
Quiet enough that Osama bin Laden wasn't ready when they came around that door.
Flash, it suppresses some of the gunshot, like the sound of the gunshot, and also if you pair it up with subsonic rounds, ultimately though it just basically hides where the shot is coming from. That's cool, man. I love this. The JR15.
Terrible takes. Terrible product. Terrible people. These people suck.
Did Trevor Noah leave the Daily Show? Like I saw him like sitting at the desk for a lot.
I don't know.
Is that he might? And maybe they just gave him a vacation or something.
America.
Bro, this guy's goatee is so square. Like it literally looks like he's wearing a mask. That goatee is so square. Like
It looks so weird.
if I look on my like streaming monitor over here, I can't tell that's a beard. That looks like he's wearing a mask. ...
Yes, guns.
I feel like that's an American haiku. Little E.E. Cummings over here. What are you looking forward to?
Relaxation and being able to look at guns free.
That's relaxing to you. It's
Yes.
sort of like your bonsai tree is looking at an array of guns. Makes you zen.
Makes me feel better.
And this guy might as well have been at a meditation.
That guy is such a G. that was fucking awesome.
I don't know, man. Guns are pretty cool.
And if
You ever
look at
been to
this-
a gun show? They're pretty cool.
like look at the these are like all woods, you know, like that guy probably hates the tactical shit, you know, he's
Yeah.
probably just like, oh, look at the craftsmanship and such a fine antique.
Tree, because they were selling guns everywhere, including the parking lot. So you're gonna hopefully sell that inside?
Yes.
Do you need a license? Can you just kind of go into the gun show and
You try to find somebody that wants to buy it, or you find what you want to buy.
then if somebody's like, I'm interested, I'll buy it, then what do you do?
It's a Chinese AK. Garbage.
Is that what a background check is here in Tulsa?
I mean, this isn't where people are going to come to maliciously get guns mostly.
Why not? I guess if I was like, I need to get a gun quick to do bad shit, this is actually exactly where I would come. How much is that going for?
About 900.
If you're
What
a
if I
liberal.
came up there and was like, I don't know, I had a little bit of a rough day. My wife just broke up with me. I'm feeling a little on edge. How much for your gun?
Well, I ain't gonna sell it to somebody that looks stupid, you know, or looks like he's like crazy as shit, you know.
What if I say the words of somebody who's crazy as shit, but I look composed like I do right now?
I'd probably sell it to you.
While the selection of firearms was diverse, these days there's only one real star of the gun show. What are you hoping to see?
A couple AR-15s, maybe some tactical ones.
Look at this fucking chin beard, bro. This is how we're gonna angle the story. We're gonna go to the chin beard, and he's gonna be the one who's here to see AR-15s, because you know this fucking city in Kansas, right? This whole thing in Kansas. You saw the woods on that table, like you said that was a Chinese AK. I thought it was an SKS, but I don't know. I don't know shit
It
about
had
that.
a bayonet on it. It was a Chinese AK. Piece of shit.
I just want to add to.
Nobody's
it,
buying
get more
Chinese
tactical, make
AKs
it
to do
have
mass
some lasers
shootings.
or something.
Why is the AR-15 such a good gun?
It's just cool.
A lot of people use them for day to day.
There's a lot of day-to-day AR-15.
They are cool.
I have AR style, but I use that for hog hunting.
Hog hunting.
Hog.
I got one set up for hog hunting.
Squirrels, deer, wild hogs.
You're killing wild hogs too?
We have
All
had 'em
excellent
threaten us,
choices.
but,
You've been threatened by pigs?
my dad has.
Why do you think the AR-15 is seen as scary?
Because it looks like a military weapon.
Do you think it's scary because it kills a lot of children?
The weapon itself doesn't kill the children. It's the person wielding the weapon.
Why do they tend to use that weapon in particular?
Because in media, it's portrayed that way.
Mimetic
but
factor.
in schools, it happens that way. Was I misunderstanding this? If
Yes.
AR-15s aren't the real threat in America, what is?
Look up bicycle.
The real threat is the marketing behind it. It's just so it's the same way with like
There's a lot of factors. Yeah.
like it's the
but-
same with like you know you could look at tobacco the same way really.
Yeah.
Where is it appropriate to advertise tobacco? You know, things like that.
Yeah.
And that's the thing is just like it's not like guns are advertised or anything, but the gun culture is advertised indirectly because of it. Like, didn't they like do a study that the anti-tobacco ads were like more likely to get people to smoke or something
Yes,
stupid?
I believe that was something like that.
I'm
yeah.
sure that's horseshit. I'm sure that's paid by the tobacco companies.
Mm.
Some horseshit.
Probably.
Accidents. Look up trampoline accidents.
Coyotes.
Bears.
Acid attacks.
Acid attacks. Are there mass acid
These are all
attacks?
shit
Wouldn't say
points.
mass, but they do happen.
Statistically, there are more murders committed in this country every year with hammers, baseball bats, and other blunt force objects than any handgun.
That's a
You-
false statistic.
If you said rifle, you would have been correct.
Yes, it's all handguns.
He's comparing all of it, all guns together. That's not true. You could say probably. I'd have to look at the thing again, but I would say that if you do knives, blunt objects, and fists, there's more murders with those than all handgun or all guns.
All
combined.
rifles. All rifles.
Because you're twice as likely to be beat to death than be killed with a rifle.
Yeah, but it's not about likelihood. The ratio of number
But
of deaths to
saying more people die just with melee weapons.
yeah, no, that's not true.
But that's not true. I
No,
said
that's not true.
But if you combine melee weapons, blunt force weapons, and hands, then you will be higher than the guns.
Maybe they're a lot.
But I know for a fact that you're twice as likely to be killed by somebody with their bare hands than you are with a rifle.
Well, the rifles only account for like a couple hundred deaths each year.
Yeah, I don't. I'd
People
have to
barely
look at,
use rifles. It's all handguns.
Yeah, this is like this was like actually analyzing every. This included suicides too, as well.
Yeah, yeah. Suicides is very much handguns and shotguns
Yeah,
because they're most
I don't know.
efficient.
Maybe it didn't. Honestly, I haven't looked at the graphic in a while.
Combined.
Well, that's
I think numbers were a bit off.
Automobile accidents, falls, poison.
2x4s, heavy books.
2x4s.
A statue sitting on your table.
Right. It seems like we should be looking at all murder weapons from the game of Clue, and then get to the other lower level ones like the AR-15. The more I talk to these people, the more I wondered if all of this tactical shit has always been a part of gun culture.
That's a new thing.
That's new.
Yeah, that's a new thing.
I went to Montana to talk to Ryan Bussey, who spent 25 years.
That is the most unfortunate last name.
In the gun industry, but now advocates for gun safety.
I'm deeply troubled by the firearms culture that's emerged in and around guns in our country now. It mirrors much of our political radicalization and transformation as a country. The industry itself, prior to about 2005 or 2006, would not allow any kind of tactical gear, hardly any AR-15s, no bulletproof vests, no helmets, in its own trade shows. It seemed like the industry understood that propagating that very bad shit.
You bring an AR-15 to a gun show in 2009 and you're a weirdo?
Yeah, just 2008 and 2009 is when the weirdo stuff starts wearing off. But yeah, you're a weirdo then. Now it's commonplace. Now it's ubiquitous.
But they used to be weirdos.
They used to be weirdos, yeah.
And AR, I know a lot of liberals think AR stands for assault rifle, and they're wrong.
Correct.
It stands for, are you looking at my small?
That only came out my right side, and it was twice as high that time. We said correct, and it startled me because it sounded like someone was talking behind me.
Is that right?
It stands for Armalite Rifle, which is the first company that developed it.
Armalite rifle.
Yes.
Yes. Liberals see the AR-15 and tend to think it's a weapon of war, and it feels like I go to a gun show and people say it's for hunting, it's for sport.
Mm-hmm.
Who's right?
Why not both?
I hate this false dichotomy bullshit.
Yeah,
It's
why
the
not
worst.
both? Why not both?
The AR-15 is one of the most owned used rifles in the country. If you ban them, you're basically taking them from like half the population. It's insane.
No, and it's like knives are a weapon of war. Like, why can't it be both?
Well,
all you have to do
they're just
is look
not.
at
That's the
industry's
thing.
own marketing. The industry sells it as an offensive weapon of war.
They're starting to market towards kids, right?
Yeah, so, guns have long been marketed to kids. Target guns, trying to get kids involved in the shooting sports and in hunting. But what's different now is that's being marketed to kids through things like the JR15, the Junior 15, not the AR-15, the Junior 15. It's a shrunken down kids version of an AR-15, yeah.
A JR-15, is that so little kids can stand up to government overreach?
If you're worried about child grooming, here's your child grooming.
This is how gun manufacturers are reaching out to the public.
Here you got the marketing for the JR15 to little kids. Check that out.
Oh, great. So we have pacifiers and a skull.
Tactical pacifier.
Tactical pacifier.
Bro, they got it right here. It's not trademarked. They got the register here, right? So they went in. So it's only registered here, right? So that means when they trademarked it, they went in and they edited the file to remove this registered mark and put a trademark there and fucking had the shadow still on. And that's why that fucking error happened. I guarantee you that's what happened. Because look, it's not doubled up here.
Fire. Cute. Yeah, my 2.5-year-old would be drawn to that.
This is a magazine cover. You have the vicious skateboard.
Look, it's about Mossbergs.
Attacker and the glorious
That's the Mossberg pump, bro. I'd be more worried about the ninja behind you, man. Like, this guy's just got a skateboard.
Is that meant to be Kyle Rittenhouse?
Yes, obviously.
That's
But the
hilarious.
thing is, it's like, why is he looking at the skateboarder when there's a fucking ninja behind you? I want to see the face of the little girl because, like, this guy, he's not ready. She's already in stance. He's already dead. He failed to protect his family.
I agree. I completely agree. He may take out the skateboarder, but that chick's gonna get him.
The tight pants on the young daughter, like, that's fucking weird, bro. Like, and that, like, this is a photo shoot. They dress the models, right? So
yeah, they would have.
Why is the photographer putting this on the little girl? Is my question. Seems like pedophiles to me.
Terribly afflicted family.
Was that one in case Tony Hawk goes crazy?
Yes.
Honey, get the sword. Tony Hawk's here.
So this is Spike.
Jordan, the sword was also attacking him. That wasn't part of the family. That's why they had a mask on, because everyone knows that masks are evil and what the liberals and communists want. This one is I have a problem with, actually. This one's kind of fucking
It's kind of fashy.
I mean, look, Berkeley, Portland, Charlottesville, Boston, not today, Antifa. I guarantee
Charlottesville.
Like, I don't think this is a standard, like, gun advertisement.
Yeah, I think this might be maybe some fascist stuff.
This is this guy's own Google document. Where's this from? And, like, this is like
Pipe Hitters Union. What the
Pipe
fuck
Hitters
is that?
Union. Let's look that up. And this looks like Spike's
Skull and
Tactical.
Crossbones.
Spike's
Yes.
Tactical. So pull up Pipe Hitters Union. I'll pull up Spike's Tactical. Let's see. There's Piper's Union is also on this website.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Let's see their products. What luxury products we have here. Not today, Antifa. Here's the poster. Punisher skull with the ace of spades on it. Nothing. Oh, look, this is like the triggered rainbow patch. Thin blue line. This is more like the tactical sticker pack. This looks more like the fucking like the raised truck cop type of thing. Like, let's see what this is. Legal Guide to NRA Firearms. Yeah, I bet it is NRA Firearms. But they also have the Piper's Union was on here too. Pipe Hitters Union. Shop now. Let's go here. Oh, and this is just literally just like, I guess that's just what they call their rifle. It's the Pipe Hitters Union rifle, I guess.
I'm not sure because I have a complete different thing here.
What do you got? Show me what you got. Oh yes, this is these guys also have clothes.
Yeah, it's just like Christian fashy light kind of thing. Like God's will. Fuck you.
Did I just hear somebody say something about Jesus?
No, it's their website sucks. But it basically it's like the Crusader cross and shit.
Yeah. Protestants.
Typical.
Still, this might be more of like they might be so stupid that they like, you know, like they would show up to Charlottesville and they would see all the fucking swastika flags and they would be like, oh, you know,
yeah,
that like. But also, I'm sure these guys are the type of guys that are like, oh, we're gonna start a militia, you know. But I don't think they're like Fox News viewers or anything.
No, they'd be One American News.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Tactical ad. It was a 2018 huge ad at the industry trade show. Guys in jeans, t-shirts, backwards ball cap, AR-15, staring down the protesters. Here you have Kyle Rittenhouse, jeans, backwards ball cap.
This is a reach, though. Come on. Like the other
Such
one
a
was
reach.
way more Kyle Rittenhouse than this.
Yeah, that's such
Like,
a reach.
Bro, you know who else? Like, I'm sure if you look at people just like in the background, they're also wearing jeans, t-shirt, backwards ball cap. Like, can you get more generic? Is this what we're gonna, bro? You know, there's like actual accelerationist terrorists that like wear uniforms, right? Like, come on, you're crying about this kind of shit? Like, fuck Kyle Rittenhouse, but come on.
T-shirt, AR-15, shooting the protesters.
Hold
This
on,
is
pause it
2
again.
years apart.
2 years.
All right, go. I just had to throw that in.
Apart. The marketing works. I don't know how. If you can't draw a direct line between those two things, I can't help you.
What are steps we can take to limit the number of mass shootings with weapons like the AR-15?
I think, like our politics, a lot of
Can't
this
wait
is
for
about
the wrong
voluntary
takes.
social norms. Yes, legislation needs to be instituted to help reinforce some of these norms, but some of this is going to be on us.
Wrong.
That's right.
That's exactly what I've been saying. That's what he says. He says that it's law. It needs to be on culture first.
Yeah, but to reinforce it, come on.
Bro,
No,
that's
you're just
literally
saying that the
our
government
take.
should dictate it. No,
No,
our take is
that's not what
a
he
couple
said,
things.
bro. This is I
back.
literally picked this because you would agree with his last take there, because that's literally what he says.
Okay,
It's
I
on
may
us
have misheard it.
as
I may have
American
misheard it.
cultures.
I
Because
may
you're
have
so
misheard it. Go
prepared
back.
in bad faith. This isn't how we're supposed to do things, man. You're so prepared for bad faith. You didn't even hear that he was making the exact point you were.
How, if you can't draw a direct line between those two things, I can't help you.
What are steps we can take to limit the number of mass shootings with weapons like the AR-15?
I think, like our politics, a lot of this is about voluntary social norms. Yes, legislation needs to be instituted to help reinforce some of these norms, but some of this is going to be on us.
That's right. It is on us. So it shouldn't be too hard for all of us to come together and agree on what weapons should and should not be owned by the...
That's not what he said, though.
Okay.
That's
Okay.
Jordan
That's
is
fine.
now running with it.
Yeah, no. That's a shit take. Anyway, okay, yes. Also, is that a 3%ers gun?
What? Where?
Aren't they like neo-fascist group?
Where do you see 3%?
The middle one. The middle one.
Eh?
See the 3?
I see Let It Rain.
Behind it. On the actual gun.
Now you can see my... Where?
Under the dust cover. On the actual rifle.
Oh, man. Good eyes. That's so blended. You are correct.
Interesting. But yeah, I
Brilliant.
think it was the
Should we
choice of
be able to-
language that he used that threw me a bit as well.
Well, it's
Also,
like-
the legislation threw me as well because I don't agree. It should be like
Well, that's
a
the thing
couple
is
bits.
New York has fine legislation for New Yorkers.
Yeah, well, it has to be a regional thing.
So that's the thing, though, is just that like he's saying that it's culture norms have to change. I don't think, like I think everyone can look at the Junior 15 and be like, come on, that's like especially the other video.
Unhinged.
Like that's fucking unhinged. And like I'm sure half of these guys would only side with the JR15 just because of the culture war, and they think that they have to always be like openly, and like they constantly just reinforce this and say you have to love everything about guns. We want guns in teachers' hands, and it's like
it's a false dichotomy again. It's
so
just they
stupid.
love it.
It's so stupid, and it's like anything that's like a wedge issue like that, both sides are going to be equally as fucking stupid.
Yeah, and Jordan
By
Clapper,
tanks?
is it
You betcha.
his name?
Yeah.
This guy?
You betcha.
Yeah, Jordan Clapper.
Yeah. Like he's
Jordan
running off
Clapper.
with it now and fucking making shit points.
Well, he's wrapping his whole piece.
It's typical Daily Wire, Daily Show shit. Like this
Tanks are
this
okay.
whole
Should we just
show
be
is
able to have an
garbage.
Apache helicopter? There should be a line of the things that are available.
Well, maybe we shouldn't go around with nuclear bombs strapped to our backs.
That's the line.
But I won't.
You don't have to. But you don't have to. We had nuclear bombs. We were agreeing. Looks like we've still got some figuring out to do, America.
Okay. Well,
Maybe there is no Trevor Noah because it's not the Daily Show with Trevor Noah.